Hello, kids. How are you? I hope you're all doing well, okay? Alright, thank God. Today we are here again, and you are welcome back to Victoryland Virtual Class. And I'm Auntie Ruth. Good. Today, our subject for the day is Oh, our world and our people. Our world and our people. And our strand is all about us. All about us. We are going to continue what we learned from our previous lesson. All about us. Good. Can we continue? And our south strand is the nature of God. The nature of God. And we're talking about the creation story in Islam and in traditional religion. So we have two things to do today. We're talking about the nature of God and in the creation story of Islam and in traditional religion. Good. So let's talk about these images. What can you see? What can you see on the screen? You see our fellow Muslims praying to who? Allah. So we are going to talk about them. Okay? So we talk about the Islam religion first, then we move on to the traditional religion. I hope you are following. Good. So this is also an image of the traditional religion. We've been seeing these images. Okay, what do you think they are doing? So let's study these two images, then we'll learn about them. So follow me as we do it together, okay? Good. So let's take our learning objectives. Learning objectives. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to 1. Know the creation story in Islamic religion. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to know the creation story in Islamic religion. And 2. Know the creation story in the traditional religion. Know the creation story in the traditional religion. Then 3. Answer simple questions. Okay, we are going to answer simple questions on what we are going to learn. So I take the objectives again. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to 1. Know the creation story in Islamic religion. 2. Know the creation story in the traditional religion. And 3. We'll be able to answer simple questions. I hope you got that. Okay, let's continue. So, the first story we are going to talk about is the Islamic religion. So, the story or the creation story in Islam. Can you say it after me? The creation story in Islam. Good. So, we have here some images. Yes. The Muslims praying, and then what? You see some trees, some mountains, the sky, flowers. Yes, we are going to talk about all of this. In our previous lesson, what have you learned? Can you think about some of the things that you learned in our previous lesson? Yes. We learned about the creation story in Christianity, right? Yes. And we said God is good, He is loving, He created human beings. He created the whole world in how many days? In 6 days. And He rested on the 7th day. And He called that day holy. Good. We said God created the trees, the seas, animals, and so on. And the stars. Good. So today we are coming to learn about things that God created in the Islam story of creation. Okay. So let's continue. Do you have anything in mind on all this we are saying? Can you think about it? Think about it. Yes. You have something in mind. So in Islam, Muslims believe that God, that is Allah, created the whole world and everything in it in 6 days. So the Muslims call God Allah. As we said earlier when we were treating the creation, the nature of God in Christianity, we spoke about how the various groups called God, and we said the Muslims call God Allah. Good. So in Islam, Muslims believe that God, that is Allah, created the world and everything in it in 6 days. Wow. It is true. When we refer it to the Christian religion, it said God created everything in the world in 6 days. But he rested on the 7th day. So on the images on the screen, we have some animals here, trees, the sky, we see the sun, and rivers. Okay, so and human beings, God created all of these things in 6 days. So let's continue to know more. He created the universe through his wisdom and goodness. Wow. Allah created the universe through his what? Wisdom and goodness. So this is the universe that we are seeing on the screen. Let's continue. Allah created in the heavens the sun, the moon, and the stars to give light during the day and night. Allah created in the heavens the sun, the moon, and stars to give light during the day and what? Night. So good. We said in the Christian religion that God created day and night, and then created sun, stars, and moon to differentiate between what? Night and then day. So what gives us light in the daytime? The sun, good, and then the moon and stars come at what time? During the night time. Good. Can we continue? Okay. So this is the sun. There's 2 different suns here. Sun that Allah created. He also created the moon. Okay, good. He also created several things on earth, such as human beings. Wow. Beautiful girl and a beautiful lady. Wow. God, Allah is so wonderful. He created all these things. Okay, he created human beings as well. Good. Then animals. We have frog here, cat, crocodile, a dog, and a puppy. Wow. He created human beings, animals, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Okay, so Allah created all these things, and he used how many days in creating it? 6 days. Also, he created birds. So in these 6 days, he created what? Birds as well. Created birds. So all the birds that fly, Allah created all. Good. He also created mountains. Allah created mountains as well. Yes, have you seen a mountain before? Yes, we've been seeing them on our televisions. Sometimes we see it far away when we stand in the middle of a compound. We see mountains around. Good. Allah created all of these. Rainfall. Rainfall. Rain, rain, go away. Go and come another day. Little children want to play. Rain, rain, go away. Yes, Allah created rain as well. Allah did what? Created rain. So anytime it rains, we have to know that who created it? Allah created rain as well. So in these 6 days, look at all the things that Allah created. Okay, can we sing the song one more time? Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Little children want to play. Rain, rain, go away. Wow, good. So Allah created the rain as well. So you could see it on the screen. Okay, so according to the Quran, humankind was created in stages, that is step by step. According to the Quran, humankind was created in stages, that is step by step. So Adam was the first man to be created, followed by who? Hawa. Who was first to be created? Can I hear you say? Adam, all of you. Can you say it again? So Adam was the first man to be created, followed by who? Hawa. Good. So the first woman that God created was Hawa, and the first man God created was who? Adam. Good. I hope you are following. So let's continue. We are done with the creation story in Islam or Islamic religion. Let's continue. The creation story in traditional religion. The creation story in traditional religion. So people who practice traditional religion are called traditionalists. People who practice traditional religion are called what? Traditionalists. Can you say it after me? Traditionalists. People who practice traditional religion are called traditionalists. They call God Supreme Being. How do they call God? The Supreme Being. Wow. So let's look at the steps that the traditional people believe that God created the world. So step 1, the traditionalists believe that God created the sky and the luminaries. God created the sky and the luminaries, okay? So this is this, we have the sun there. Good. Step 2, God created the earth. God created the earth. We learned in our previous lesson that in our creation story in Christianity that the world is round, is spherical. That is why we are seeing it like this on the screen. Okay, it's round. So step 2 in traditional religion of creation, God created the earth. The earth. Step 3, God created the plants and rivers. God created the plants and what? Rivers. So these are the rivers, and then the trees. You have a lot of plants around them. You can see mango trees inside, a whole lot of plants mixed together. Okay. Step 4. God created animals. Traditionalists believe that the step 4 that God used in creation was animals. He created animals. Step 5, God created human beings. God created what? Human beings. God created human beings. Good. And step 5, God created spirits. God created what? Spirits. Can you see God? No, we said that we don't see God, but we have images of Him, but we could only feel Him. So therefore, God is a spirit. And the traditionalists believe that God created the spirit. God created what? Spirits. Good. And step 7, He created death, which is the end of life on earth. Death. We learned in our previous lesson that human beings grow up to a certain age, and then they do what? They die. They ultimately do what? They die. So the traditionalists believe that God created death, which is the end of life on earth. Isn't this interesting? Yes, it's very interesting. We learned a lot today. Okay, we learned about the creation story in Islam, how Allah created the whole world in 6 days, and He created the whole world in step by step. And then we move on to the traditional religion. And we said those who practice traditional religion are called what? Traditionalists. And they also believe that God created the whole world in steps. That is 7 steps. Good. Good. Evaluation. Let's take our pencils and exercise books to write the following questions down. I hope you are happy. Smile and let me see if you are happy. Wow, good. So let's take our pencils and then answer the following questions. Okay. So underline the correct answer in the following questions. We are going to underline the correct answer in the following questions. So question number 1. People who practice traditional religion are called? People who practice traditional religion are called? A. Traditionalists. B. Christians. 2. Muslims believe that God, that is Allah, created the world in how many days? Muslims believe that God or Allah created the world in how many days? A. 5 days. B. 6 days. I take our questions again. People who practice traditional religion are called A. Traditionalists. B. Christians. And 2. Muslims believe that Allah created the world in how many days? A. 5 days. B. 6 days. Wow! What do we have? Question number 3. You're going to draw and color 2 things that God or Allah created in the Islam creation story. Okay, what are you going to do? You're going to draw and color 2 things that God or Allah created in the Islam creation story. So among all the things that Allah created, you are going to choose 2, draw and color them beautifully, okay? Make your work so nicely. Then our last question, question number 4. According to the Quran, humankind was created in stages. According to the Quran, humankind was created in stages. True or false? True or false? True or false? According to the Quran, take our fourth question again. According to the Quran, humankind was created in stages. A, true. B, false. Alright, all the best in your exercise and see you in our next lesson. Bye.